They've been prepared and confident. But in the Grand National Cross Country Series, only one rider has figured out how to solve the mystery. That is Walker Fowler. The two-time and defending champion has steered his Yamaha to the front of the pack all season and left the competition in the dust. Can he continue his dominance, or will someone finally derail him today? Welcome to the Wiseco John Penton GNCC. It's round 9 of the AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country Series presented by Maxxis. It's an AMA National Championship. We've been racing here at Sunday Creek for a long, long time, well back into the early 1990s. Riders hope today is the day they solve Walker Fowler.
It's not that these guys aren't going fast and I'm that much better or anything like that. It's just, it seems I've had, I think, 2 races were pretty good runaways, which I prefer. And other than that, it's been close racing, and it's not, like I said, I'm just finding a way to win or capitalizing on a last-minute mistake by whoever it is, whether it's Adam or Bryson or Chris Borich or Jared McClure. It doesn't matter who it is. It just seems like if I stick around there till the very last minute, somebody makes a mistake or an opportunity arises for me to take the win. So I got to watch Chris do it a lot of times to me, a lot of years. So I feel like I learned from the best, and I tried to put it in my arsenal, and so far this year this seems to be the case.
And Fowler has won all but one race this year, incredibly, and his only non-win was a second. Let's go running. That's our live announcer, Rodney Tomlin, giving the call. Whole shot to Adam McGill, and that's a big one. McGill is generally considered the thorn in Fowler's side. Fowler battling it out for a second right now. A rare good start for the sneaky snake. Jared McClure shuffled back to third behind Fowler. So McGill and Fowler out front. Another good start from Marty Christopherson, who's got a bunch of them this year. He is 4th. And it'll be interesting to see how this racetrack works. We had a lot of rain yesterday. Perfect conditions today as they're bumping and panging back there as they head into the woods. I think once they get back here and we're in the shade trees, it is going to be slick. But McGill is often so good when he gets the early lead in these races. When he's out there riding by himself, he is lethal. Fowler, as he alluded to in the interview at the top of the show, usually waits until late. Landon Wolf, one of the young guns out here, moving forward up to 4th now ahead of Christopherson. Josh Merritt 5th. Merritt, another rider moving into the pro class recently. So good to see some of the young guns up here and trying to find new lines through the woods. Now both McGill and Fowler consider this the home race. McGill is from West Virginia, but not too far away, just outside of Clarksburg. It's the closest race for him, except for the one other GNCC we have in Masontown. It's probably pretty similar. Fowler's an Ohio native, so they both are comfortable on this soil. Wait a minute, Fowler has gotten stuck. Or does he actually have an equipment problem? That is the tether cord, so he can unhook himself in the machine. And look, one of the fans coming over, they've got to flip this quad over to get that gigantic, that's basically you want to call that a stick or a branch or basically a tree wedged into the A-arm. And it looks like some other problems down there. Maybe he's probably tangled in some vines. And meanwhile, the entire pro class is going by. So this is going to be a disaster for Fowler. He's got 2 hours to make up this kind of ground, but boy, is he back. And that's a unique part of GNCC, that those fans are allowed to go out there and get involved, and they get roosted as a nice reward for helping out Fowler. So now it's all working Adam McGill's way, and as I alluded to, you give this guy the early lead, he is so fun to watch. He's so relaxed and just explosive with his speed. And he's always been able to carry momentum through the rough stuff, bounces it around. And I always say it's like he meant to do that. Every time you think he's hitting something too fast, too tough, he just bounds over the top of it like it was the plan all along. And you see everyone else is struggling a little bit more than McGill. So it could be his day to pick up a win. Bryson Neal in the Coastal Racing #5 way back. Neal's got to work on those starts, man. He has been a podium threat the last year and a half, but got to get up there with these guys. McClure second, Wolf third, Merritt fourth, and I think it'll be Chris Borich coming through next. Oh, it's actually Wesley Wolf on the Suzuki. You normally see those Suzuki fenders and you think Borich. Christopherson is there. Then I think it was Borich coming through. Wesley Wolf, very versatile rider out here, does a lot of motocross as well. Kid out of Maryland might already be the best all-around rider in the country right now, capable of getting up in the top 5 at motocross or here off-road in the AMSOIL Grand National Cross Country Series. Some pressure being applied. Jared McClure on the ATVRiders.com machine, second to McGill. And I'll tell you what, McClure, you don't even usually notice him until the last 2 laps of the race. You get him up front like this early, he's bound to be a threat to McGill.
When it comes to guarding your diesel engine, AMSOIL offers the next level performance you demand. AMSOIL Signature Series diesel oils provide 6 times more wear protection than required by a leading diesel engine manufacturer. Give your hard-working truck the protection it deserves. AMSOIL, devoted to protection. See the whole line of diesel products at amsoil.com/diesel.
As riders and racers, we understand the need to get quality parts, apparel, and accessories fast. We have the horsepower of multiple warehouses to make sure your gear, OEM parts, or accessories make it to your door quickly. Check out our easy-to-use website and experience customer service that takes the whole shot. RockyMountainATVMC.com. Get ready.
Here he is, Walker Fowler, Grand National Cross Country XC1 Pro Class Champion.
GNCC series on the NBC Sports Network is brought to you by AMSOIL. Protect your weekend. Rocky Mountain ATVMC, get ready. And by Maxxis Tires, keeps you riding to your maximum potential.
Well, a whole bunch of rain yesterday led to these very slick conditions out here at the John Penton GNCC, and fans are having to get involved to help the riders, including our defending Grand National Cross Country champ. See, the number 1s are upside down here for Walker Fowler. Got stuck in a tree on the first lap while running second. He is dead last in the XC1 Pro Division right now. And Bruce with those fans for good measure. Meanwhile, Adam McGill in the lead on the CST Tires Induction Solutions Lone Star Racing Spider Graphics Hyper Wheels machine. Chris Borich has worked his way all the way up to second on the Maxxis Suzuki. McClure on the JMR ATV Riders machine to third. But McClure up front this early, that's a good sign for him. Wesley Wolf still in the hunt. He will lead the second pack of riders. Bryson Neal has worked his way from about 10th to 5th. And Landon Wolf is also in the hunt, one of the young guns out here on a Honda. And meanwhile, no signs of Walker Fowler after that big tangle up with the tree on lap 1. Finally, he comes through. But I've got to say that, maybe a minute has passed since our leader has gone by, and that is an eternity, even in a 2-hour race. And now all he can do is hope that some of the bad luck that struck him will catch these other riders out. Maybe they get stuck, or they get stuck with a lap rider, or they crash or have other problems. It's going to be tough, though, with McGill starting to roll and pull away just a bit. Borich and McClure, the way they like to attack the race is the latter stages. So McGill is free to fly right now and pull away, and then I guarantee you those guys will get close to him at the end. In a 2-hour race, you just can't run all out the whole time. So everyone has a different strategy. McGill is always strong early. McClure and Borich tend to wait till late. And if you're Walker Fowler, you have no choice but to pin it late in the game. The beginning of the race has turned out terribly. McGill going up and down here to the delight of the fans gathered here in Southern Ohio, not far from Athens. And we talked to Chris Borich earlier in the weekend. He is a happy man as well. Season's starting to roll his way.
Yeah, it seems like everything's turning around for us. We've been up and down here and there, but you know, we're working at it pretty hard and just trying to get this ball rolling. So we've been, like I said, working pretty hard at it, getting the bike kind of where I like it, and just try to run with these guys up front.
And Boric, an absolute legend of GNCC, won the title here year after year after year until Walker Fowler was finally able to get him. Here's McGill, this crazy section right here. We've got multiple lines carved with a dozer. Some fans were actually there to put the paper towels there so he can clean his grips and gloves off. And look at Boric hanging in there in second, setting himself in position for a charge to the end. Now, the only weird thing about Boric is he lost the championship when he had switched to Yamahas. They got back on his familiar Suzukis, and he has been fast. But he has not been able to get back into victory lane since he relinquished that #1 place to Fowler 3 seasons ago. So one of these weekends we figure is going to be the weekend where Boric gets back into victory lane. He is the all-time leader in GNCC ATV race wins. As you watch a good battle developing between Wesley Wolf and Bryson Neal and Landon Wolf as well. And look at how this multiple line section has worked out. Landon Wolf pulling right up behind Neal. So a good battle here. And I think the track has actually turned out pretty racy. With this Ohio clay, man, we've seen it all. We've had dust races here, we've had mud races, we've had races that started dusty and turned muddy thanks to rain just as the race began. And the thing about Ohio clay, it's somehow slippery to the tires, but sticky on the equipment. And you can see these guys are covered in mud, and it makes the machines a lot heavier. Also, it's tough on the goggles. Saw McGill having to get the paper towels to clean off the grips and the gloves. Fans cheering McGill through the low point. Can he get to the top of this hill? Boric is in hot pursuit, and he's got the sneaky snake right with him. It's going to be fun to watch these three duke it out today. Bryson Neal has finally cleared the Wolves. Landon and Wesley, so he's free in 4th, but that bad start really did him in. This is starting to resemble a cycling race. You've got to be with that lead pack. It's going to be really tough for Neal to bridge that gap. And a nice job getting up to the top of that hill for Neal. Here comes Landon Wolf, backed by GBC and Canyon Motorsports. And Wesley Wolf coming through here on the Suzuki. Let's see how he attacks it. He's backed by Solo Pilot and ATV Innovations. And now the clock ticks off. Here comes Walker Fowler. Can he somehow get back into contention for the win after being upside down on lap 1?
GNCC is Bald Eagle, 50 cal, cowboy boots, diesel trucks, Copenhagen, Bush Light kind of men.
Evans waterless coolant is the solution to boiling over, so you can push your vehicle like this, and this, and this, without fearing the temperature gauge. Evans waterless coolant. Defeat the heat.
Hey guys, I'm Tim Geiser riding for Honda Garibaldi Racing Team, and we are using Evans cooling, and you know, like, I know that when I use that products, I know that my bike never will overheat, so I'm really happy with it.
Are you looking for a dirt bike piston that can increase power and decrease blow-by? Then check out Wiseco's all-new Racer Elite piston line. Racer Elite has been used exclusively by the pros, including RCH, Yoshimura, Suzuki Factory Racing, and are now accessible to the public. Available for popular 250 and 450cc dirt bikes, the Racer Elite series is the first off-the-shelf asymmetrical power sports piston ever made. Its fully machined billet aluminum construction features an exclusive custom lap top ring. Step up with dyno-proven power gains with Wiseco's Racer Elite piston line.
It's the Wiseco John Penton Grand National Cross Country Race here on NBCSN RacerTV. Jason Wygant giving you the call. Good battle for the lead right there. Adam McGill and Chris Boric still duking it out. Boric stalking his prey as he is wont to do. Jared McClure in 3rd likes to do it the same way. They're just going to follow to the end. and see if they can pick something up back there. They're going to be looking for lines to make passes, but I bet you they'll save them till late. Here's Bryson Neal in fourth, and look who's coming, Walker Fowler, and you can visibly see the pace is higher than everyone in front of him. Fowler is running like a man possessed. He was upside down and stuck, crashing on lap one, and he is letting it all hang out. If he gets to these guys, you can see they're all trying to figure out their way through. They're trying to be smart. He is throwing all caution to the wind. If he gets to them, he's going to go right by. But it's a big if. He's got to continue to ride that pace without crashing and without getting tired. This rider is stuck off the side. That is a lap rider not in our XC1 Pro class. Here comes Bryson Neal. Good job. He went right through the middle, and I think that was quicker than the extreme left or right that everyone else was taking. Waiting on Fowler. Did we miss him? No, here he comes. He was pedal to the metal down that hill, picks his way through the mud, and up to the top. Down into the water crossing. McGill, Boric, and McClure. I don't know if the normal waiting game that they're all playing with each other is going to work, because McGill has had to take, or sorry, Fowler has had to take all regular racing strategy and throw it away. Here's Neal in fourth. How long will it be before Fowler can get to him? Can Fowler bridge the gap to the leaders? I know it's a pretty big gap right now, but you can just see how much harder he is going. Under normal circumstances in a GNCC, the riders follow each other, they set each other up, they look for lines. Fowler has had to abandon that strategy, and he is just absolutely pinned through these woods. Now McGill looks to have picked up the pace here, and Boric going right with him. And McClure also. And look, Neal has closed in. Neal is nearly within sight. He has responded to the challenge from Fowler, but look at Fowler jumping his way to the top of that uphill. We might have a 5-rider duel for the lead the next time around, as we are just past the halfway mark. I cannot believe. Great job, not only for Fowler, but Bryson Neal getting in contention, but Fowler has passed him. Fowler has gotten around Neal. He's picked off another rider. By the time Walker got going, he was deep into the second pack of racers, our second class, XC2 Pro-Am. So he's probably passed 20 to 25 quads to get toward the front, and he is absolutely going for it right now. Let's see if Bryson Neal can learn from Fowler, stay there, and we will indeed get that 5-rider battle for it. Now Fowler is starting to get them within sight, and a big case of that uphill double for Boric, as Adam McGill continues to lead. This is the Sunday Creek motocross track, and we have seen year after year passes made on the last lap on the moto track. And if these guys aren't careful, Fowler's gonna get him. He is absolutely eating them up right now. He is caught up to third place. Jared McClure, as the white flag comes out. He's got one lap to try to make this happen from last to first. But how much energy does he have left? He has probably expended 2-3 times more energy than these riders who have been running their pace. Can the adrenaline carry him forward in front of his home state fans? Stay tuned for the conclusion.
Are you looking for a dirt bike piston that can increase power and decrease blow-by? Then check out Wiseco's all-new Racer Elite piston line. Racer Elite has been used exclusively by the pros, including RCH, Yoshimura, Suzuki Factory Racing, and are now accessible to the public. Available for popular 250 and 450cc dirt bikes, the Racer Elite series is the first off-the-shelf asymmetrical power sports piston ever made. Its fully machined billet aluminum construction features an exclusive custom lap top ring. Step up with dyno-proven power gains with Wiseco's Racer Elite piston line.
We handle your races, your jumps, and your trails. Isn't it time you give your daily driver the same love? AMSOIL's Signature Series Synthetic Motor Oil delivers 75% more engine protection against horsepower loss and wear than required by a leading industry standard. AMSOIL also offers a full family of ATV, UTV lubricants, giving you above and beyond fortification for your weekday and weekend vehicles. AMSOIL, devoted to protection.
Even when you're the best, you never stop striving to be better. The all-new from the ground up 2018 Yamaha YZ450F is now available at LoJack Cycle Sales. With over 40 years of experience in motorcycle sales and service and 15 national championships, we know racing. So stop by LoJack Cycle Sales today in Tarentum, Pennsylvania, and visit our online inventory at www.lojacks.com. Yamaha YZ. It's why we ride.
Over the river and through the woods, the newest Polaris models are here for the holidays. Take home great deals on the world's best-selling side-by-sides and ATVs during the Polaris Holiday Sales Event.
The GNCC series on the NBC Sports Network is brought to you by AMSOIL. Protect your weekend. Rocky Mountain ATV MC, get ready. And by Maxxis Tires. Keeps you riding to your maximum potential.
Take care of yourself. Thank you.
John Penton himself on hand. The race named after him. Here is Walker Fowler at the beginning of this race. He was running second, tangled up in a tree. The entire pro class went by. Notice the green number plate backgrounds on the other quads. That is your next class. He has now come all the way through to take the lead. And from what we hear, it all happened in one section. McGill in a bad line. Borich passed him. Fowler passed Borich, and now Borich has gotten it stuck. They're totally bottomed out on the skid plates here and trying to get it loose. Oh, there goes Bryson Neal taking advantage to go around McGill. And McClure pushed back to fifth, so McClure's normal late race charge, he's going to need it today. I think Fowler just shocked these guys. They were all setting each other up. They were learning lines, figuring out strategy. Borich struck just like he normally does on the last lap. He got around McGill, but I don't know if he knew that Fowler was coming. Fowler had another line, and he was able to pass Borich, get the lead. Now it might be a battle for the rest of the podium spots. Can McGill get Bryson Neal back? Can McClure, the sneaky snake, can he slither his way up to a podium finish?
Here he is. Here's the leader.
Yeah, darn right. That's the leader, Walker Fowler. He's won 8 races, or going for his 8th win right now, but this will be the most impressive for certain if he gets it. He's got to avoid the mistakes. And the way he's pushing, it's certainly a possibility that he can get struck. Borich, and whoa, Neal sideways big time at the top of that hill. And that brings McGill right to his heels. Well, this is something special we have seen from Walker Fowler today. And it's one thing when the lap times show it, but you could visibly see he was just several miles an hour faster, charging harder than everyone else. And that is confidence in the fitness to know that he can push that hard for 2 hours and get the job done. McGill has gotten around Neal, and that was a battle between him and Borich for second. Meanwhile, up front, the Yamaha man, Fowler, just pounding his way through the motocross track. He's backed by Maxxis Tires, got those things hooking up, and also hooked up in a battle for second, Borich and McGill. Who has more left in the tank? Oh! And McGill a mistake off the side of the moto track. And that might push Chris Borich up there. He's not going to get the win that he wanted today, but a solid run for the veteran former champion, but an amazing run for Walker Fowler, who has come from last to first to win it today in his home state. And we go back to the moto track. These guys look exhausted. Borich going to try to bring it home. McGill not giving up. He's closed right back on him. But Chris Borich is going to take second today on the Suzuki. And the Honda rider, McGill, takes third. Bryson Neal was in the hunt to the end. Jared McClure as well. Pretty hot and humid today. I think that took a lot out of all these riders.
It's over.
Yeah, exactly what I'm talking about. Fowler is whooped to be able to do that. He was in 12th place at the end of lap 1. Wesley Wolf, Landon Wolf, Christopherson, Gallagher, Hamilton. Round out your top 10. Here's your winner.
I don't know. I wanted to ride like that all day, but it took to the last lap. Just dumb stuff. That first lap, I got down in the pro section. We were a little creek bed, one line section, and it was fresh trail, virgin trail, and a vine got between the 1A arm, went through the frame, through the Nerf bar, and out the axle, and it physically stopped the quad. And there's a camera right there. I know they got it on film. My man Gage, it's a young boy that's been coming to these races. He's grown up quite a bit, but he jumped in, we flipped the quad over, and we got the log out, and I was 3rd place in XC2 when I took off. And XC2 guys, thank you so much for letting me by. They didn't hold me up at all. And from there on, it was play catch up. Honestly, I was thinking if I could get into the top 5, I'd be happy today, but it just, things finally started clicking. It was just ugly, 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 and then, man, that last lap, you couldn't have rode a better lap. So I don't know how we do it. The team stuck it out. I stuck it out. The good Lord was with us. I was riding like an absolute maniac. I do not like riding that way, but we saw an opportunity and we took it. And man, I'm pumped.
Darn right. Here's your AMSOIL race recap. Into the first turn, Adam McGill with the lead. Elbowing his way into second is Walker Fowler. So it looked like we'd have a nice battle between those two long-running rivals. But that didn't last because Fowler got it stuck, as he explained here. Here's the whole pro class going by. Now you have the XC2 division, row 2. And he looked to be done. Fowler was rolling up front, but closing in, Chris Borge, Jared McClure, keeping the heat on. They were all waiting till the last lap to make their move, and waiting was the problem because Fowler was just running absolutely to the limit. He got to them, he got the lead, he got away, and he also got over that rock that hung up almost everyone else. So Borge's last chance to stay with him expire right here. And the same for McGill, who would actually get past momentarily, but get back into third. There is Bryson Neal getting by him. Checkered flag is out, and exhausted but elated Fowler with the win. Chris Borge takes second.
It was a dogfight all day. I had a terrible start and worked our way up through, seen the leaders, and I was like, all right, at least I'm back up in the hunt here again. Caught up to McGill and McClure there, and we just duked it out, and then Walker just came out of nowhere. Seemed like we had like 45 seconds on him at one point, and then he was right on us. But yeah, all in all, I'm happy with the day. Second's good, so we'll build off of that.
Good run for McGill, 2 and 3rd, but once again, everyone trying to figure out how do you stop Walker Fowler in cross-country racing. Thanks for watching.